Alright people, you asked for it, so here it is, my review of Marvel's new Avengers cartoon, Avengers Disassemble. And by the gods does it suck. Before I can even begin to review it, I need to address the fan base. Fans like me who slammed and showed their hate for this cartoon have been told off by the new AA fan base saying that we're being fanboys and need to move on. But this isn't about being fanboys. Avengers Assemble is inferior to Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. The voice acting sucks, the animation, art and color is lackluster, and the characters feel distant and fake. And to explain why I felt that way when I watched it, is to explain its source. And that is what is going to give this video an amazing amount of hate. No point avoiding it now. The reason why the Avengers Assemble cartoon sucks is because it's based on the Avengers movie, and it really fucked up when it came to the characters. Please don't flame me before I get a chance to speak, because this is important and I don't think Marvel fans want to talk about it because we've waited so long for this film. But it's the truth and I got the proof, so let's get on with it. Let's start off with the Hulk. Now I want to go on record saying that I love the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton, and the only thing off kilter was Hulk's muscle mass. It was lacking a little, and believe it or not, Abomination had the correct muscle mass, so if they fixed that in the sequel or in the Avengers, that would be great, but they didn't. Now, once again I want to go on record because I love the Hulk, but things did not go right here. The first thing that came to mind when I saw the Hulk in the Avengers, and what my girlfriend said to me when I brought up the film on our first date, was he looks like a chubby baby. Seriously, a chubby baby. I mean, look at that! There is no other way of putting it. Hulk is a chubby baby. What happened to the muscle? And the hair? That is the second problem with the Hulk. He looks like Banner. He looks like fucking Ruffalo. Why? What was the point of that? It really sucked me out of the moment, and to this day I can't watch the Avengers without sinking a little in my chair. On a little less serious note, what's with the chest hair? I know it doesn't really matter, but what the hell? Sadly, the last problem with the Hulk comes at his greatest moment, for it's also his worst moment, when he kicks the ever-loving shit out of Loki. Don't get me wrong, it's a great scene and is definitely the highlight of the film, but it really does kill the Hulk for me. Nobody heard the Hulk talk after he pummeled Loki since they were all cheering, and so was I for that matter. We then learn he said puny god, which is very appropriate. But it's when you're watching the movie on your own do you see what's wrong. No, not see, hear. Let's have a listen.
Puny god.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Let's hear it again.
Puny god.
That isn't Hulk talking, that's Banner talking. What the fuck? Why? Why in the holy mother of ass would they do that? Damn, Hulk, what did they do to you? Were they trying to make Banner the hero as opposed to the Hulk? They're two different people and they had to understand each other to become the heroes they really are. That's pretty much why I've always loved the Hulk story. Damn. Speaking of characters I really love, it's time for my favorite Marvel hero, Thor, God of Thunder. Yeah, I know I'm being biased as an absolute pagan, but I love the Marvel version and interpretation, so I think they did a great job with him. For at his core is the true Thor. But that Thor is not the Thor in the films. The personality is way off. First he's arrogant and foolish, then he becomes almost emotionless, speaking in the same tone of voice 90% of the time. He explains at one point that in his youth he was brash. Youth? You mean like 3 months ago or however long it was? Thor, you are hundreds if not thousands of years old. Age is not an issue. The Thor I know is a jolly humble god, honest, brave, and eager for battle. He protects his friends with his life and fights for the realm he loves. This Thor is none of that, and that is a huge disappointment. I want to say it's because they used the ultimate Thor rather than 616, but that wouldn't be true. The biggest problem with Thor, I think, actually has to be that he was presented as an alien, and that's a maybe, by the way. The movie itself can't decide if they're gods or aliens, when there shouldn't be indecision. I don't know if this was done to avoid offending Christians, even though they did it all the time in the comics, or to please the atheists, I don't know. This also worries me for the second Thor film, as I translated Dark World to Niflheim, but it looks like it's going to be alien related. This doesn't make any sense for the Avengers, since a major part of the team building is where Thor and Tony butt heads over magic and science. Tony thinks science and tech is the way to go, while Thor hates science for all the mess it creates, like Arnim Zola's monsters or even Tony's creations. You're seriously gonna skip over that, Marvel? Wow. That's probably the issue with Iron Man 3, because I was thinking that with Mandarin showing up, Tony's paranoia with the discovery of gods being real since he's been an atheist all his life would lead him to making the Thor Buster suit and using it to beat Mandarin. But that didn't happen, did it? Thanks for pulling a Stargate, Marvel. Sticking with personalities, let's talk about Hawkeye. Oh, gods on high, Clint, what did they do to you? I swear, what the fuck is this? Minus the archery skills and equipment, which was done very well, I might add, That is not Hawkeye. Where's the badass motherfucker with the silver tongue, who punches anybody who gets in his way in the face and picks fights with the Hulk? Where is he? Cause he ain't here! And this is a real shame, since Jeremy Renner does look like Clint, which is good since they didn't use the suit. I really am disappointed by that. Call him what you will, but that is not Clint Barton. That is not Hawkeye. Next up, Black Widow. Fuck her! Moving on. Captain America, like Thor and Hawkeye, doesn't have the right personality. It's close, but not close enough. Steve Rogers is the grandpa Boy Scout that everyone loves and admires. He's a man of honor and a perfect leader for the Avengers. In the movie, however, he's not quite that. He seems to have integrated too well with modern-day New York. This is a problem because he's always butting heads with Tony like Thor. Tony is all about the future. Tech, speed, efficiency, much like the current generation. Rogers, on the other hand, keeps telling him that nothing beats doing things the old-fashioned way. Train hard, plan, but be able to adapt on the fly. It's always good to know some basics, no matter what year it is. Some things never change. Cap is humble, wise, old school, and we love him for it. This Cap is just too green if you ask me. And I would like to add that the scene where Cap blocks Mjolnir is bullshit. Before any of you start giving me facts from the Uru versus Adamantium versus Vibranium argument, let me remind you that Mjolnir is a magic hammer that can split the planet and is wielded by a god of thunder. Your scientific facts are invalid here. On a more serious note, isn't it odd that Cap gets his ass handed to him by Loki but can knock back Thor? Gods beat mortals, people. Remember in Earth's Mightiest Heroes when Loki just needed to tap the shield with Gungnir and it shattered? Makes sense to me. Even my sister thought Cap's shield not breaking was stupid. The wisdom of the younger sibling should never be underestimated. And lastly, Iron Man. Fucking perfection. Robert Downey Jr., you sly son of a bitch, keep doing what you do. Could have done a better job with Iron Man 3, but I'm gonna leave it at that. So in conclusion, the Avengers film is by no means a bad film, just surprisingly unfaithful to the comics, basing itself on some twisted alternate universe, which in turn made Avengers Assemble a total fuck-up. To say this doesn't worry me for future Marvel films would be a lie. Like I said before, I'm not looking forward to Thor 2 since it isn't about Niflheim and Malekith the Accursed, even though there is some elf-like creature in the background. If that is Malekith, I'm going to be very disappointed come this November, which is ironically the day before Reina Sigrid. Why are the Thor films never released on a Thursday or on Azatru holidays? There's like 8 in November alone. Once again, I'm nitpicking, I apologize. Going back to the Ultimate Universe complaint, I'm worried about Ant-Man. I want you guys to go watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes if you haven't, and the Ultimate Avengers 2 movie, which is almost exactly like the live-action film. This is an issue of worry for me regarding Ant-Man because in Ultimate, he is a wife-beater. I doubt they're gonna keep him like that, but the alternative is a pussy boy unless you wait for him to turn into Yellow Jacket. And we need him because without him, there's no Ultron, which is hella important for the Avengers. Just please don't fuck up Wasp and Black Panther. I love those two. So that's my review, guys. Avengers Assemble sucks ass, the films are okay, and all hail Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is the Dragon of the East Blue saying sail on, and Avengers, reassemble. Hey guys, before we go, I want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and favorite. And if you want to see more Avengers videos, check out my unboxing videos, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes Season 2 and Cancellation Review, and my first Avengers film review with 2 of my buddies. Cheers and see you soon.